So you're interested in East Nashville. In this video, I'm gonna take you on a map tour of East Nashville and show you all around, help you get oriented, help you understand the different pockets of East Nashville. And we're gonna discuss what housing is like, what's it look like here, and what's it like to live in East Nashville. And if you stay till the end, I'm gonna even share with you some of my favorite secret spots in East Nashville. And you're gonna hear it all through the eyes of a local. It all starts right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel, I want to say thanks for stopping by. Where to Live Nashville is all about bringing you the neighborhoods of Middle Tennessee. If this kind of information is interesting to you, then please subscribe and come follow along with us as we explore the Tennessee region of Nashville. Hey, my name is Clay. The team and I, we get contacted almost daily from people just like you, and you about moving to Nashville, and we love it. We're a real estate team, and so we help buyers and sellers every single day. So if you have questions, you can call us, text us, email us, drop a comment in. Let us know what you're interested in learning about or what questions you have. We'd be happy to help you. Our goal, remember, no matter if you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, is to help you connect all the dots so you can make the right move. With that, let's jump into the video. All right, jumping into East Nashville. Where in the world is it? Well, I would start with the zip code 37206. That's going to put you in what most people are going to know as, the core of East Nashville. There is other zip codes represented as well, but this will get you into the most popular areas: Lockeland Springs, Shelby Hills, Edgefield, Eastwood neighbors. All the most popular parts, arguably, of East Nashville start with 37206. And as you can see, it's going to be oriented just right across the river from downtown Nashville here. You can see the river runs right through the core of downtown, right? And so if you go across one of these bridges, there's several now. There's a pedestrian bridge, which is actually really cool. That drops you right over there near the stadium. Here's the pedestrian bridge, if you can kind of see that, to Nissan Stadium, which they are in the process of rebuilding right next door to it. But basically, everything that you see over here is going to be what we consider East Nashville. Okay, and so it's actually, this is north and south right here. So it's yes, it is east. I just always thought it's northeast Nashville more than it's just east. It kind of bugs me because 65 runs north and south here. So it's all this stuff, off to the right over here. Let's look at just the topography and the lay of the land. You have the river all along here, which is really, it's one of the borders of East Nashville, right? And so it kind of envelops East Nashville to the south mostly, and then again, you're going to kind of be all out here. This is all kind of the East Nashville territory, and truthfully, some of this up here we'll talk about is Inglewood. Here's a view that I like even a little better. Let's talk about your main arteries, your main corridors, okay? You're going to have, as you drive through East Nashville, you're going to have Gallatin Road, also called Main Street. It turns into Gallatin Road because it goes all the way to Gallatin. It's the next city, technically. So this is your main drag, your main commercial drag for everything. Quintessential East Nashville is going to be along this commercial corridor. It's a huge corridor. Then you're going to also have Elington Parkway. It's like a little freeway. It's kind of a cut through, which does allow you to get up into some of the northern parts of East Nashville very quickly. You can kind of go up there and then pull off on some of these exits and get to things, especially Inglewood, or if you're going anywhere in this territory of East Nashville, most likely you're going to come, if you're coming from downtown Nashville, you're going to come jump on Ellington, shoot up here, and you're going to kind of head east from there. So it becomes a pretty useful roadway. So again, you've got Gallatin Road right there, Ellington Parkway next to it. And that's going to be your main corridors. Shelby, I guess Shelby is noteworthy as well. Shelby Street is going to be right through here, and it's going to come and cut up. I'm going to shoot you all the way up into here, and it'll actually take you to Shelby Park. So look at this, Shelby Bottom. I mean, the Shelby Park is just, again, one of the first things I want to talk about, because look at how big it is. It is flipping huge. And, you know, you're just going to be anywhere from here where you've got the Frisbee golf course, and then you're going to drop in. You'll see the lake right here. People are out there fishing. You're going to see the golf course right here. There's actually another golf course as you come in. Vinny Links, I think it's right here. It's like a 9-hole. They have teaching programs for kids, and it's going to be adjacent right here to your your primary Frisbee golf course. And then you're going to kind of keep going out the river here, and you're going to see the Greenway, right? So Greenway is going to be a really big asset. It's going to go all along the river here. And man, just a special thing. But look at the size of this park. This thing is 360 acres roughly. And it is a big park. It's a big area. You know, you're going to see baseball, softball, ultimate Frisbee, biking, trails, all along this waterway. Just a really, really neat park to have as part of Nashville. And then I want to draw your attention to this bridge here. This is kind of a cool little, again, really neat little asset, but it ties all these greenways in. It's a pedestrian bridge, and it'll actually get you across the river. Okay, there's Briley over there. And then, you know, this is going to be all of the Opry Mills Mall right across the river from East Nashville. You know, it's not easy to get here by road. You actually have to drive around pretty far. But Opry Mills has one of my favorite things in the world, and that is Soundwaves. Okay, you got to see what is going on at Soundwaves. Gaylord here. Yes, that's right. It's a water park, and look at that. You can kind of see it right there. There's actually an indoor surfing wave. So cool place. You actually have to be a guest of the hotel to get access to this water park. But I'll tell you what, for a staycation, an incredible spot to go to. If you're visiting Nashville, highly recommend stay at the Opryland Hotel. You can get access to this park inside, this water park, indoor, outdoor park. Man, it's killer. The only other way to get in there that I know of, and if you hear some other way, please let me know, but you can have a birthday party at Soundwaves for a day, and you can invite your friends, and you can come get access to the water park. Pro tip, if you stay at the hotel, you get access to the water park, if you get that as part of your package, both the day of check-in and the day of check-out. So you get extra, you stay one night, you can get 2 days at the water park. It's one of our favorite spots to check out. It's just really, really well done. It's nice. It's one of the nicest water parks you'll ever go to. It's just clean. It feels just nicer than most. There's the flow rider. So super big fan of Soundwaves. Anyway, back to it. So all that to say, the Cumberland River is this major, you know, border to East Nashville, right? So let's talk about the different pockets of East Nashville if we can. You know, let's just start right here at 5 Points. Here's the 5 points of East Nashville. Now, as you can imagine, there's 5 roads that intersect. We got the Tomato Art Fest has got its own icon here. That's a big festival that happens every year in East Nashville, one of a kind. Is it a fruit? Is it a vegetable? You know, they sort it all out. They have a huge festival gathering as part of that Tomato Fest. Let's just get real granular here. Just right in the heart of 5 Points. This is what it's going to look like. Cafe Margot right there. Really good restaurant. You got 5 Points Pizza right here. Three Crow Bar. You have lots of, gosh, you got tons of restaurant options. Tons of boutique restaurant options. You're not going to see a ton of chains. You're going to see lots of murals. It's a very artistic area. One of the best little coffee shops, Bongo Java East. Boom, right there in the heart of 5 Points. Highly recommend it. The owner is actually a pickleball friend of mine. He started one in Hillsborough Village near Belmont, and he now has several. It's done really well. Okay, this is just you know, this is East Nashville. Hot dog truck there. Lots of historic homes. Again, just really historic area in general. So you're going to see all kinds of craftsmen's, bungalows, Victorians. You're going to see houses like this is a perfect example of what you get in East Nashville. Really, really good looking historic structures, sidewalks, and lots of development happening too. Edgefield is going to be your first historic area that you're going to kind of come into if you're coming from downtown. And it's going to be this section kind of right through here. If I'm looking at this right, some really, really neat. This is truly the most walkable to downtown Nashville section of East Nashville. You can walk to downtown. I mean, you could walk to the football games. It's all very doable. Now, as you get deeper into East Nashville, it's going to become a little bit cumbersome to do a walk, but there's parts of it that are actually walkable. Look at this. There's the stadium right here, and you're just, bam, you go under the interstate, but you're walking, man. And so as you can see, this commercial corridor is just, man, it used to be so, like, gosh, 5, 6, 7 years ago, it was like vacancy, rough. And now it is unbelievable how much has, as you go up Gallatin Road. Watch this. So you got high-rise condos being built. So again, I'm just going up Gallatin Road. Man, there's just so much commercial through here, all kinds of restaurants. You know, it's almost overwhelming to like start talking about. Okay, so you can see Gallatin Road all through here. It's just going to be tons of restaurants. One place that you have the turnip truck, which is a kind of a natural grocery store / hot bar situation. They have, that's it right there, I believe. Great place to pop in for lunch, hit the salad bar, that kind of thing. This is like Woodland Street right here, and you're gonna have this park right here in the middle of downtown, and there's a lot of really cool 1800s big houses in Edgefield all through this section of East Nashville. You're gonna have the public library right here, and right near 5 Points basically is where it is. You're gonna have, this is a noteworthy little spot, little food hall deal. This is called Hunters. Can you see that? It used to be a Hunters Automotive, and they kept the name, and it's got like 6 local restaurants in there now. It's pretty cool. Tacos, that kind of thing. Okay, let's keep going. So we had Edgefield here down low, and then let's look at Lockeland. Lockeland Springs is going to be this area all right through here. And basically, that's a rough outline of it. Man, Lockeland Springs. So you're going to have Lockeland Elementary. This is probably one of the more sought after schools. If I had to go there, you know, the interesting thing about Lockeland Elementary is that it's not guaranteed school zone. It's a priority zone situation. Just because you live there doesn't mean you necessarily get the school, but lots of people move here in hopes that they get that school. And right behind Lockeland is actually a secret spot that is the Springs. The Lockeland Springs is actually in this wooded area back here. Not many people know that. It does abut the Shelby Golf Course right over here. This is a golf course with a few big hills, big open fairways for golfers like me. Yeah, it works. You don't lose too many balls in the Shelby Golf Course. It's a fun municipal golf course to play on. So that's Lockeland Springs. Yeah, some of the best historic homes you're going to see in Lockeland Springs. Now, as you get a little bit further away from town, I want to take you out Eastland. So Eastland is one of these border streets for Lockeland Springs, where it turns into kind of Eastwood neighbors. And so what you have here is Walden. This is a commercial hub right here that's actually pretty awesome. It's newer, you know, Climb Nashville, climbing gym here in Walden development. They also have another location off Charlotte, which is just on the other side of downtown Nashville, but climbing gym here in the middle of East Nashville. Pretty cool spot to know about, good activities. And a couple other things are in this development. You're gonna have coffee shop, you're gonna have Jenny's ice cream, you're gonna have Roast Pepper Cantina, one of the best Mexican restaurants right here. You're gonna have several other restaurants right here. So I call this 3 Points, but really neat little commercial hub all through here. So you have, they call this Porter East, that development, but basically another coffee shop situation right here is Portland Brew. Check out this. This is actually pretty cool. This is a pink house, a melon camp, right? Look at that. That's the kind of thing you're only going to see in East Nashville. Portland Brew coffee right there, staple of the area. Got to stop at Roast Pepper here. Bam, one of the best Mexican restaurants, super popular spot right here, quintessential East Nashville, across from Walden. So this is Eastland. It goes east and west, and it's just a main thoroughfare through East Nashville. As you go here, then it turns left, and this is Porter. Porter's another main drag that's going to take you up to another commercial center, Porter Crossing right here. This is in one of our other videos where they've got this is now a skate shop, a toy store, and a walk-up ice cream shop. Really neat little spot. Cafe Rose right across the street. Neat place. You do see the railroad tracks go through East Nashville. I believe they don't blow their horn here. Don't hold me to that. But we sold a house right there next to them, and they loved it. It's a great place to live. We're walking to multiple items. So as you get further north here, you kind of get out of the historic areas, and you're going to get into more of this area. Kind of over here is going to become Fortland Park. You're going to see a lot of mid-century 60s, maybe even some 70s rancher style homes, especially over in these areas off of here. So the feel of it changed. You lose the historic vibe. You have a different era of development, and so it feels totally different. You got a lot of ranch style homes all in this whole northeastern corridor of East Nashville. And as you go north, you're going to end up hitting what we call Inglewood. And Inglewood is going to be basically this whole region up here on the north side of East Nashville. You're actually a lot closer to Briley Parkway. And you're going to get back to some historic homes in that, especially the western area of Inglewood. 37216 is going to be the zip code that you're going to end up with there. Let me just show you where that kind of is. There's a pinpoint of it, but that's basically, so you've got the river off to the east side of Inglewood. You can see this red outline hopefully around here. This whole area, it's East Nashville, but it's Inglewood. That's the name of it. And it just is a little different vibe. I gotta say, there's a great spot called Mitchell's. So this is another little neighborhood commercial kind of crosshairs district here. Man, what a great restaurant. It's a little sandwich shop, but gosh, it's so good. Highly recommend it. Again, gonna probably be pretty popular at lunchtime. Mitchell's Delicatessen. Great little sandwiches, turkey melts, that kind of stuff. You can see this neighborhood commercial. That's what I'm trying to say. Just kind of crosshairs, a few different spots. Riverside Village is what we call this. So Riverside is this other street that's noteworthy that if you drive around, you'll notice there's an island here all up and down Riverside. Riverside's a really pretty street. I love it. Let me show you where Riverside goes. Yeah, you see that double street with that island? Gosh, it winds. Look how far this thing winds. It goes, it's a main artery through East Nashville. Good gosh, look at this. Look at this. You have to see this. I think this is it right here. So Riverside Drive, it goes all the way. It's a good street to drive up and down. Again, a main dividing line for different parts of East Nashville. Lots of neat houses on Riverside Drive. And it's just a pretty street. Hopefully this is making sense. As you can see, this is a huge area. There's just so many houses in East Nashville. As you go west of Gallatin Road here, you're gonna really get into So here's Gallatin Road, and this is just that major commercial corridor, right? So as you go west here, you know, if it's like newer development, it's not as developed or as historic as everything over in this area of East Nashville is going to be. That said, there's new development happening, and kind of the progression of East Nashville and Nashville as far as growth. There were some rougher areas that have really become redeveloped. So as you get over into this area, this is called Cleveland Park, especially down here closer to Nashville. Cleveland Park, it's like East Nashville 2.0. Some historic homes. You have Dickerson Pike here, which is kind of like a miniature Gallatin Pike, maybe 10 years behind. But again, 4 lanes, commercially zoned. It's gonna start to feel a lot like Gallatin Pike here. So this is Dickerson. So all this is Cleveland Park. Cleveland Park's a great spot to check out if you want a little more affordable than your Lockeland or your true East Nashville. There's McFerrin Park right there. And gosh, look how close you are to downtown. You're right there too. So it's literally right here. And the Oracle campus is getting developed along the riverbanks here in East Nashville. Look at all this construction zone. Here's see if you figure out what this is. This is going to be your Top Golf property here. So again, you got your Top Golf property here. Really neat little entertainment spot. But man, look for this riverbank to really develop out all through here. This is going to look so different in the next few years in Nashville. It's going to be exciting to see. Man, Cleveland Park is just prime. Again, really, really would recommend it from an investment standpoint. And as you go north here, there's other developments that are happening kind of on all these major cross streets. You know, you've got Trinity Lane, and you have just some of these cross streets that go east and west, I think it is, from right there. All right, let's talk about a couple other places that I like to check out on the east side. Tower Market and Deli, sandwich shop, food. You know, you order, they've got drinks and kind of good snack stuff, but I don't know if it's healthy. It feels healthy. Maybe it's healthy. I like it. So great little lunch spot here. Tower. All right, Sweet 16 Bakery. This place has these breakfast. This is it. This is breakfast sandwich. I don't know what it is. It is so good. It's like a spicy, eggy cheese thing, and then baked goods. Line out the door at this place on 16th, and it's right in the heart of Lockeland Springs. And it's not open every day. It's a locally owned deal, but man, I would highly recommend it. Get there and get breakfast sandwiches. I think what they call it. They're insanely good. I don't know what they do, but they're so good. As far as other shopping and grocery shopping, you know, for the longest time, they had a Kroger on Gallatin. It was pretty rough, to be honest. They have since added a Publix. So there's a Publix, and technically there's a Starbucks too. You know, East Nashville is not where you would go find chain anything ever, but it has worked its way in. So there is a Starbucks and a Publix for shopping right on Gallatin, right there. So that has definitely changed in the last few years. We talked about the Shelby golf course. There's actually some really cool streets that have golf course frontage with big views. And these are actually more of the 50s, 60s vintage. As you can kind of see the topo here. All these houses have big views, and these are all right off of that 3 Points area by Walden. I think that's Skyview Drive, if I'm recalling correctly. Yeah, there's the 3 Points area. So that's east and west. So just right south there, you got all these houses. This is a cool little pocket of homes, big views on. Let's see if we can get you a view here of what it's like. Look, just little brick ranchers. But look, across the street, some of these as they go. Yeah, Skyview. If these open up, you know, you just catch some pretty big views in the backyard of some of these. Neat little spot there. Here's one little secret area. It's called Little Hollywood in East Nashville, and you're gonna have some pretty cool, unique right? Like feels like kind of like maybe belongs in Hollywood and definitely California. Okay, I've been in that house right there. You know, you got these flat roof, just kind of like nowhere else you're gonna find in Nashville. And it's only a small pocket, but it's down in here and it's near the golf course. And you're gonna see kind of these Texas Alamo, I don't know how else you describe them, just very California, southwestern. Look at these things. Such a neat little pocket. But they were all developed around the same time, so they all kind of fit, you know, they have similarity to one another. So this area, and then you can see that's the golf course right there. So you got Lakehurst, you got some people and a dog. But if you're trying to find this on a map, and look, there's a couple more up here. Lakehurst, North 20th. Look, these guys overlook the golf course too, still. So pretty unique spot. I love it. When you get there, you're like, well, what is this? I just discovered something completely wild. And there's a little, look at that little single lane road. Just one of those little secret areas that not many people know about, and you would have to stumble upon it to ever find it, really. So you're actually pretty darn close to walking. There's 3 points right here. So just to get you, here's 3 points, 1, 2, 3. And then you're gonna see kind of down in here, that little Hollywood section. So anyway, pretty neat, pretty special, cool little spot in East Nashville. So one other area of East Nashville I gotta touch on because it's so unique. As you can see, you're all along the river here. You have a pretty substantial, look at this, all these houses are on the river. Now this is mostly a bluff, so it sits up higher than the water. You're not accessing the water on most of these properties, but and most of these are in Inglewood as well. So, but I mean, if you could find one of these on the water, it is actually pretty special. We actually had a listing on the water a few years ago. Really, really, but look at this. Look at the size of this bluff. I mean, you're way up above the water all through here. But this is going to be in Inglewood on the Cumberland River. Who doesn't love waterfront property? You kind of get an idea of the topography here. There is a ramp somewhere. And then some of this is low. Some of this gets into floodplain. I'm pretty sure down in some of these lower parts. Definitely want somebody checking your flood maps as you get somewhere down here. But look at that. There's a ramp right there. So there are a few access points, but a lot of that's up on the bluff. There's Dan Mills Elementary School. And then the other section I think we got to talk about, and it's in it, we talk about it in some of our other videos, but Shelby Hills is going to be back just outside of Lockeland. I'm kind of working my way back towards, so you can see Nashville's up here. I'm working my way back south now. That's all part of the park, greenways. But as you get back to Shelby Bottoms, the golf course, the disc golf course, Naval Hill has some big lookouts up here in this hill. Right through here is going to be your Shelby Hills. And see all these houses that look brand new right here? These guys all have water views. These are pretty cool. There's a lot of new construction in this pocket of East Nashville. So look at this. Look at this guy. You got a serious party deck up here. Big views of the water. These guys are all looking down water view, golf course and water view. You get two views in one. These are going to trade, you know, in that $1 million to $2 million price range. But pretty special place to live, and there's just a lot of tear down and new construction happening in that particular area of East Nashville. So if that's interesting to you, that's Shelby Hills. Here's downtown Nashville. There's a stadium. You're going to really see a lot of industrial property kind of all through here. This is still like industrial stuff going on. People are moving. Barges will be moving stuff around, doing their stuff. I think as you see Oracle develop out on the riverfront, you're going to see the waterways really activated a lot more. Again, kind of on this other side of the stadium. So hopefully that just gives you a taste of East Nashville. I know it's a lot. It's a huge area of houses. The price ranges are, you know, call it 300, 400, 500, a really low end up to mid 1 millions, up to 2 million probably occasionally. The majority of homes, you're going to find product 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 million. You find a lot of product in that price range. To get in a true historic, 5 points location, you're not going to have a ton of options under $1 million, and even up to 1.5. I mean, Lockeland Springs is so desirable. It's probably the most sought after. So it's going to be in high demand. So you can check out some of our other videos to learn about what you can actually get for $1 million or other price points. So hopefully that gives you a sense of what East Nashville is like as far as the layout of it. To summarize, you have that waterway around you, so it kind of landlocks you, waterlocks you. It keeps you having to go all the way over to Gallatin Road to get across the river. There's no bridges, no driving bridges throughout East Nashville, basically, unless you're down right by the stadium. So for that reason, it's a little unique. It's a little harder to get interstate access. You can get kind of buried in it over there. That's one negative, maybe. There's not any other bridges, but there's so many restaurants, so many things to do, just really cool, unique areas, lots of live music, lots of special restaurants. There's a couple other places I kind of want to touch on. Let's see, just neat. If you're looking for a place to stay, it's a pretty unique place. The Urban Cowboy right there in Lockeland Springs. It's a historic home that they turned into like an Airbnb situation, and it's pretty special. I mean, kind of what you would expect with a true Airbnb product to go. If you're looking for a place to stay, you're walking to Lockeland Table, great restaurant nearby. That's one little spot. And then again, as you migrate west, you're going to find new territory. It's going to be even more transitional, even more to be fixed up still as you really get over here onto the Dickerson Pike. So as you go west, just know that this is all still very much newer, developing, cheaper price points. And then again, Elington, here's a big dividing line. This section is going to be probably just a little more affordable in general than anything that's east of Gallatin Road here. And then here's your 5 points. This drawing is epic, right? 5 points, and then Lockeland's everything over kind of this territory. And then Inglewood is up here. So I should be an artist. So anyway, thanks for sticking with me. Let me know what questions you have. Remember, if you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, we can help you with your buying or selling needs. And so if you got any questions about moving to Tennessee, please let us know. And until next time, we hope to show you around town.